You know, when people talk about getting a loan for their church, it can be complicated and it can even be stressful. But we at Florida Baptist Financial Services believe that the work of the gospel should never be hindered by financial limits.
Out of the gates, what we learned is that banks out there are not fond of lending to churches. But still, we found some through ties through the church of some that were willing to. But the conditions and the terms don't match up. I remember having businessmen in the boards and they were like, can my business borrow with the Florida Baptist Financial Services? Their rates are competitive, but their terms for churches are amazing. And you're working with God's people.
For over 30 years, Florida Baptist churches have looked to the Church Growth Investment Fund to get the resources they needed to buy, to build, and to renovate church facilities.
It would be hard to quantify how many more people have heard the gospel of Jesus Christ because we've been able to get in this building, and we're looking forward to many more years of proclaiming Christ right here in Arlington.
We're in South Florida, we're in Miami. Young people, right? Miami is, if you look at research, is one of the most unchurched cities in the nation. This is not the Bible Belt. People are not givers here, heavy givers, and yet in Miami, with second-generation Hispanics, typically young church, God moved in a mighty way.
You know, it's one thing to pay interest to a bank where, you know, it's just going to make rich people get richer. It's another thing to know that the interest that you're paying is being rolled out into more churches being established. That was something I thought supported our vision as a church in a greater way than just traditional banking.
Here's how the fund works. First of all, churches and individuals all over Florida invest in Church Growth Investment Fund and get a competitive rate of return on their investment. And then those funds are turned around and loaned to churches all over Florida who need resources. When you partner with Church Growth Investment Fund, you're doing missions. As those investments come in and then are turned around and loaned out, we are all participating together in the Great Commission work that God's called us to do. Won't you call us today? Let us partner with you and walk with you to achieve all that God's called you to do.